Welcome to the Red Pill Awareness Needed Conversation for Men podcast. I am one of your hosts, Herb, and I'm here with my brother and the other host,
Sadiq.
And we are back with another video. This one's probably going to be a quick one, but we are going to do a reactionary video to a short clip from the Fresh and Fit podcast. One of my more favorite and interesting ones because there's always some shit going on there. This one,
it's a valid reason to be a fan.
Yeah, it is. Always some crazy shit. And this one is a short clip. This one's going to be discussing 5 shit tests that women will use on you.
What's the shit test, Herb?
Well, we discussed shit tests before, but I'll recap it. So basically,
listen up, boys and girls.
Shit test is something that we in the Red Pill community term when women try and test you to see what they can and can't get away with you. You know, they'll do certain things to see if you are a simp or if you're not a simp, or they want to see if they can get you to do things for them, or are you going to be on your square and you're going to be firm and be an actually masculine man. And women, as explained in here, women, some do it intentionally, some don't. Some do it subconsciously. It's one of those things that I think us as men, especially here in the Red Pill community, need to be aware of and understand that 90% of women is going to shit test you. It might not be intentional. It might just be they ask you a general question, and then your response to that shit could be so off that they're just going to look at you differently. It fucking happens. But there are a lot of women out here that do it intentional.
Side note, be yourself.
Yeah.
Don't give an answer just to please her. Fuck that. Be yourself.
No, that's the one.
Take it from a dude that's done that and failed miserably. Be yourself.
Most of the time with the shit test, you really shouldn't even engage in them. To be honest, like you really should try and avoid these things. At least my opinion. But this clip is basically from Myra Gaines. He gives some of the 5 more known shit tests, and he gives his impression on how to deal with them. I started watching this video, but I didn't finish.
A second one you haven't seen all the way?
Yeah.
Oh, you're sucking now.
Man, so
the format.
Well, it's pretty short, and I was like, let me hold off on this one. So I'm curious to see, if we agree or disagree with his answers to these shit tests, or if we even experienced these things before.
Yeah, I've probably been through it.
I know the first couple. I saw about 2, so I know at least 1 of the 2 I've experienced years ago. I kind of wish had I known back then what I know now, because I would have handled shit way different.
Yeah.
Way different.
Hey, hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah, man. With age, age and wisdom and all that shit they say.
Yeah. What's up?
So,
could be a little dumbass too, but whatever.
Yeah, right. All right. So, without further ado, we're going to start this video. This is about an 8-minute clip, so it's not that long. So, here we go.
What's up, guys? Myron Gaines here. I'm here with my friend. Hey! Pay attention, man. Wait, why? What? Come on, man. Get your head in the game, Roberto. Come on, man. You're always messing up, bro. So I can't bring hot girls around you, man. Today we're going to talk about the 5 tests that girls commonly deploy. But for the rest of this video, we're going to call them congruency because YouTube gets really mad and this type of stuff. So we're going to call it congruency tests, guys. Let's get into it. So you guys are probably wondering, what is a congruency test? So here's the thing, guys. You got to understand that women are always looking for the highest value man that they can get that has certain features: provisioning, strength, looks, money, status, all these different things. In order for them to be able to respect you and follow your lead, they need to know that you are who you say you are, okay? AKA a congruency test. How women do this is it's subconscious to them. They don't even know that they're doing it, but what they're gonna do is they're gonna basically test your masculinity, and they're going to say and or ask things. See, she laughs because she knows I'm telling the truth. They'll either ask or say things where they're trying to test where you stand in the social hierarchy dominance, to see where you stand on the spectrum of male. Are you a beta male that's gonna sit there and supplicate, or are you an alpha that's gonna not really care about what she has to say and be outcome independent? So I'm gonna teach you guys 5 congruency tests that girls commonly deploy and how to beat them. Now, with that said, I know there's a million of them out there, so what I want you guys to do is, after I put out these 5, I want you to comment below and tell me 5 others that you guys can think of, and I'll turn this into a series and I'll show you guys how to get over the most common congruency tests that girls deploy, and I'll make videos, different parts of it. But these are 5 common ones that I always deal with and I see a lot of my guys deal with. So let's get into it, all right? Number 5. This one is very common, especially when you're at a bar or a nightclub, etc. Buy me a drink. So when a girl tells you this, all you gotta say is,
you ever had that happen to you?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Didn't buy her a drink.
Yeah, I've never done that. I mean, I had that happen to me about twice.
It depends on the circumstance. We went on a lot in our 20s, and every now and then, if a girl was talking to me for a while, and she was like, "Would you buy me a drink?" That we built a little bit of rapport. You know what I mean? I don't mind doing it, but to walk up on me, like tap me on my back shoulder. I don't know you from Adam, and like, yeah, you should be buying me a drink. I was like, oh, I should. I turn right back around and talk to one.
Yo, listen.
Like what?
I will never forget. I was in my early 30s, and me and Black Pill Goldie, we went to this club in Trenton.
That was in Jersey?
Yeah, we was in Jersey. I will never forget it. And that's the only reason why I paused this shit, because I wanted to tell the story. And Juan was dancing with a chick, and I was at the bar just getting me a drink. I just wasn't feeling the music at the time. And so these 2 sisters came up next to me, right? They was bad as shit. I ain't gonna hold you. They was bad as hell. And they just started talking to me. They weren't talking to me. They were talking to the bartender, ordering the drinks. And then the chick turned around and was like, "Oh, so this round on you?" Right?
Wow.
Right.
Ballsy.
And I said, this is that. I was annoyed, and I was already a little.
I know what annoys y'all. Like, yeah, that's not gonna go well.
I said, and this is what I said to her. I was like, "Bitch, I don't even know your name. I don't know your name. Why would I buy you a drink and I don't know your name?" And she was like, "Oh, why you gotta be disrespectful?" I said,
"Oh, I'm disrespectful."
I said, "You didn't think
I'm disrespectful." Wow.
Listen, I said, "You didn't think what you just did wasn't disrespectful?" "Oh, I was just trying to get a drink." I was like, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my drink and I'm going to get up and go over there. That's what I'm going to do. You have a good night.
Wow.
You have a good night. Listen.
Entitlement.
Listen, that was the worst.
Wow.
And the girl was on the other side of me, looking like, "Oh, he not gonna pay for the drink."
No.
But you just walked up on me.
Wow.
You just like you didn't even try to like smooth me into doing the shit.
I'm bad. I don't have to.
You didn't try. Like,
I don't have to.
Right.
I'm a gorgeous chick. I don't have to.
Right. And I was just
with other dudes. That's what's up.
I was just like, the fuck out of here. Listen, first off,
I'm going in.
listen, what the fuck? Yo, I was annoyed as shit.
Sound like it's taking you back there.
I remember that shit like it was yesterday, because I've never had anything else like that happen.
Wow.
That egregiously. That egregious. Like, I've had chicks talk to me, whatever, and they'd be like, "Oh, you know," they'll slide in there, "Oh, you know, just around on you, whatever." Like, but we've had conversations.
Exactly.
I know who the fuck.
How you doing? You know what I mean? My name is. Your name is. Give me something. Like, don't think that you so bad that I'm automatically gonna spend my bread on you.
Right.
Yo, listen, man.
Like, in my head,
that must work on somebody.
In my head, I thought I had at least a slight chance of getting the yam. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll take the gamble.
Why not?
You know what I mean? But that situation was like the most egregious. And it wasn't the first time that happened, but it was never that bad. Bro, I remember that shit like it was yesterday.
Wow.
Because I was just sitting there like, what the fuck?
What would you like to say if she's watching?
I don't even remember what the bitch looked like no more. He's done. That shit so long ago. But just the fact that it happened. And then, like, you have women that go to clubs and bars with no bread because they know that dudes is going to buy them drinks.
I don't pay for drinks, bro.
I will never forget the conversation I had with Gang War. And she said to me, listen, I'm not you. She, of course, you know, she's from LA. So when she out, she go to like a lot of different, back then she used to go, you know, way before me. She go like the little motorcycle clubs and different bars and shit like that. And she said to me, literally, I never had to call my money from my pocket for a drink. Never. I was like, the fuck? She's like, never. I've never.
I know Jones that I was cool with that were model chicks and shit like that also said the same thing. And I was like, that's what's up.
Right. But here's the funny part. Then she's like, she get the feeling. She was like, yeah, I wasn't used to spending my money on a drink.
Philly cats ain't built like that, man. Shout out to Philly, but man. Some dudes out there that's gonna treat you from the rip, but man. Continue, listen, man. That's ballsy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this and I'm gonna continue, man. Like, listen, like that shit annoys me because I feel like that's a level of entitlement, and I'm just not gonna play that game. Fuck that. If I like you, if I'm attracted to you, we having good conversation, and I feel inclined to do so, then I might do it.
Right? Can I get my 5 seconds to see what you look like first? Don't tap me on the back of my shoulder. You know what I mean? You the equivalent of the boy with the cardboard sign at 30th Street. Brother man. Come on, man.
The chick didn't even say hello. She just was like,
she felt like she
these
had
on
to.
you?
Yeah. What's that old Eddie Murphy sketch, man? Hey, yeah. Some bonbons, some juju fruits, and this Mooley's paying for it. Whoa. Right.
Excuse
me, little tiny man.
right. I had to put that out there. All right. Wow. We're going to continue.
Sure. Right after you buy the first round. And I promise I got you in the next one. Basically, all you're saying there, guys, is I see what you're trying to do. I get that. I respect the hustle. But you got to invest first. And the thing is, guys, unfortunately, we live in a world now where a lot of guys are out there, and quite frankly, they're simps. They'll buy a girl drinks, they'll take her out to dinner, etc., without her earning it. And if she doesn't earn it, she's not going to respect you. A lot of the time, a way to see if a girl actually likes you for you is you have to have her invest first. If she invests first, then you reward that behavior and you invest back in her, you reciprocate. But if you invest first, 9 out of 10 times, she's going to lose respect for you. She's not going to want to deal with you. She's going to look at you as a trick or a sucker. She's going to take the drink and bounce. And it's even worse if she says, "Oh, get me and my friend a drink." Then you definitely know. Then you definitely know that she doesn't take you seriously at all. Common way to get over that is, sure, I'll buy you a drink right after you get me one yourself first.
What you think about his answer or his response to that? How you feel about that? Would you go along with that? Or
nah, I'm not. Listen, man. I know that.
Hold on. Hold on. Keep in mind, he live in Miami.
I don't give a fuck where he live.
I know that, but the game is a little more prevalent.
That's my point. That's my point.
So I just wanted to put that out there.
If I wanted to play the game, then I will partake in his rules of engagement. It's sound advice if you want to play the game. I don't like the game for the most part. I feel like if you spouting this, independent, strong, blah 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 blah, buy your own motherfucking drink. If you coming at me like I'm on some sucker shit, nah. If we supposed to be you balling, I'm balling. I know chicks that buy their own bottles. But I digress.
Right.
He's telling you the rules of engagement if you want to play this particular game. So if I want to play the game, his advice is sound. No problem. I wouldn't roll like that even if I played the game. That's just me. I'm not doing that. I'm good.
I mean,
get to know me first, and then I'll invest. So I guess I have like an amendment to his advice. If you're generally showing me vibe, like you said, I don't mind spending a couple hours, no problem. But to come at me from the rip, for me and my girl, get the fuck out of here. No, I'm not doing that.
I think his response is a cute, clever response. But I think, and I have no issue with it per se. As you said, if you want to engage, play the game or not. I would probably preach more of just control the conversation, the situation in general, personally. That would be me personally. Like, first of all, if a woman coming to you within the first 2 or 3 minutes of a conversation, she's expecting you to buy a drink, that shit right then and there.
Boom.
Period. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
Now, if y'all been talking for a minute, you know what I mean, and y'all having this conversation, and you see that she ordered a drink or whatever, and you digging her, just say, I got it. Just, you know what I mean? Control the whole situation. But if you allow her to control that situation and be like, oh, so you going to buy me a drink?
Yeah,
and you
in
get
that
it.
aspect, I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
But that whole, cute answer, I'm not with that.
Yeah, like...
but like you said, he's a young man.
Right, he's younger.
He's a young man. He's in Miami. He's a sexy town, blah, blah. He's dropping game.
Right.
He's got the fresh cut and the muscles and all. He's doing everything he can possibly... He's firing every single weapon he could fire to get the yeeks. I get it. Yeah, young man's a young man's game. I'm not on that shit. You know what I mean? I'm about my legacy. I'm about my wealth right now. I'm not with that shit. Listen, shorty, you like me. You don't. You don't.
No, right.
You know, liquor store down the street.
I would dead it right
He's
there.
coming from a young man's perspective, and I can't knock that. Fuck that shit.
We gonna continue.
Basically, that's not like you're not like yelling at her like, you know what I'm saying? Or you're not gonna like get pissed off and like, oh, okay, yeah, how about we fight for one? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do any of that stuff, guys, at the bar. A lot of you guys get super emotional when a girl like tries to give you a congruency test. The key is you can't get emotional, you can't get angry, you can't show that what she's saying moves you, okay, off your center. So all you gotta do is playfully respond. Yeah, sure, right after you buy me a drink first, then I got you, baby. Something like that. And then boom, done. If she actually gets it for you, then you know, okay, she might like you. Or she's gonna continue to go into conversation with you. Either way, it's a win-win. You dodge that bullet and you're fine. Number 4, what are you looking for? Oh man, this is, I get this question all the time. Whether I'm online dating, I meet a girl in person, I meet her at the bar, what are you looking for? Now there's 2 ways you can go about this. The point is you can't give a serious answer.
All right. Before he give his answer, how do you feel about what he said about that?
You go first, man. Oh, you can't give it. Why the fuck can't I give a serious answer, man? But again, 40-something-year-old Jay, young man's game in Miami. I haven't heard his explanation for it yet. I'm a Philly dude. I'm a straight shooter, man. I'm not about the BS, man. That's automatically everything's gonna come out of his mouth after he asked it is gonna be some bullshit. Because it's part of the game. Because he started from the rip saying you can't give a serious answer. So what am I supposed to do? Say I'm a fucking botanist?
No.
You know what I mean?
Now, here's where you and I are going to differ a little bit. And I learned this recently from online dating. I actually sort of agree with him. In a sense of, I've said on this show before, like, listen, I'm very direct on what I want, what I don't want. And usually when
But you're serious about what you want.
Yeah, of course. I'm serious.
So you're not listening to this fucking did you
hold on,
little penny with the you know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
You're not listening to little penny on the video. The fuck? Wait a minute.
Little penny.
That's what it look like.
Hold on.
And your podcast is dope, so don't get mad. It's just so you favor. Don't get your t-shirt all tight because I said that shit about you, man. I'm just a funny dude.
No, because so
you can't be serious. What the fuck, man? Come on, man.
Here's the thing. Depends on the situation. It depends on where you were. I know he didn't. That's why I'm giving that caveat. It depends on the situation. Like, what I find is that when in the realm of online dating, most of the women are looking for a relationship. So it's like they want to know from the rip if you're looking for this. Well, let me rephrase that. They say they do. They say they do.
I'm about to say that.
They say they do. However, to be honest with you, what I found is that most women on online dating, they don't know what the fuck they want. They just say that shit. They really don't know what they want. So I think in those situations, you want to alleviate the bullshit. Say exactly what the fuck you want. I think if you're out at a bar or a club or whatever, I wouldn't give a serious answer primarily because of the fact that most of the time, from my experience, they really don't give a shit. They really don't give a shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, most motherfuckers understand you're not at a club or a bar looking for your husband. So the fact that you're like as a dude and you give an answer like, yeah, I'm looking for my wife. The fuck are you doing at the bar or the club then?
Why you in blue martini looking
Right.
See? You putting it in that scenario makes sense.
Right.
He don't want why here in online dating or the market. Listen, man. Listen. you gotta if this is game, you gotta frame it directly. You can't tell me, you know what I mean. Put your helmet in the numbers in every situation. Like, you made it. This is a meeting, fam. You can't tackle motherfuckers at the meeting. Put your numbers right here. Bury your helmet in the jersey. This is a meeting, bro. You can't see. You gotta frame it right.
Right, because like
that's why when he first said, I was like, oh, where is this going, bro?
Because listen, as I said, y'all on the show for the longest time, y'all know me. I tell a chick real quick, like, I'm just looking for some ass. Even if I liked them, I might come out and say it directly because honestly,
I'm just fishing you like a hat and like a magnifying glass. You look blue for his man. Excuse me, man. Like, you seen any ass? Federal Bureau investigation. And I'm looking
Because and the reason, listen, and the real shit, the reason why I would say that, even if I like them to some degree, is because the one thing I don't like is being with a woman where it's like, I'm looking for a husband, and then the moment you get with them, you're on a fucking clock. You're on a clock. And I'm a firm believer of letting things naturally happen. You know what I mean? Like,
it's important to let her know that you're a sexual person from the door.
Yeah,
maybe not as direct as you all the time, but you gotta let them know.
Well, because here's the thing, I'm pretty quick in realizing after I'm around a woman a certain amount of time, if I see potential for us to be in a relationship, or if I just want to fuck you, or I just don't want to deal with you at all, or we just homies. Like, it don't take me that long to figure that shit out.
Right.
It don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so a lot of times when I get a certain enough signals and clues, I've kind of pretty much figured out where it's going to go, unless you do something dramatically different to change my mind. So for me, it's like, after a little while, I kind of know, especially, a while back, I ain't want no relationship at all. Like, fuck a relationship. I just say all the time, and I had some women that agreed, and some women that really was pissed off with me. I just wanted somebody that would fuck me consistently and not get on my nerves. That's what it was. That's what it was. And I would say that shit. Because when I started realizing is that when you beat around the bush with that shit, or you don't come out and say whatever, it doesn't. It doesn't. And then you give her that option and be like, do I want to fuck with him or not? And what I found is that a lot of times when you're honest about that, and then you start talking to the person and they're honest with you, you start to formulate rather quickly if you can move past that and be in a relationship with them or not.
Right.
I refuse to allow a woman to put me on the fucking clock to marry him. Fuck that. Y'all don't dictate that. I do. That's how I feel about it. If I want to make you my wife, that means I've done enough for you to want me to be your husband, and you've done enough for me to sit there and say I do, or I want to marry you, and go through that process. But you're not going to dictate to me how long the fuck I have to do that. Like, nah, I'm not doing that. Nah.
Just turn into Denzel on the Equalizer, like.
Yo, I've had that happen, bro. I had that happen. So
16 seconds.
But back to the shit test thing. My whole thing with that is, again, it goes back to, yes, he is a younger man. He lives in Miami, and a lot of this is kind of catered towards game, and which I think us as men we need to be aware of. But I think sometimes you got to know when to engage and when not to engage. You know what I mean? That's just
And I'm not mad at him. If this gets bad, I'm mad at you. It's just two different realms. I'm in my 40s, man. So it's like,
I completely get
a lot of the stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of the rounds you firing, I already fired when I was younger. I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm good on that. I like directness. I don't like the game. I don't like it.
He's not like the game.
I don't.
No, I get him, and I think
he's not wrong.
I'm
good.
Jay, like, I'm good. Moving on.
Okay, no matter what you do not give a serious answer. So you can either go really far, funny beta male answer, or you can go really far bad boy jerk answer.
And I have a perfect answer.
Okay, and then we're gonna see what Victoria thinks as far as the perfect answer. Well, number one, what do you think the answer is?
I think the perfect answer would be, I was looking for you.
Keep that in there, man.
That's the end of
Fuck out of here. Anyway, my mouth is foul today. I don't know what's going on, man.
No, don't say that. What answer she gave is.
I was looking for you.
That's okay. Okay, so let me use my logic brain real quick on her answer. Okay. You have to really, really know if that line is going to work on who you're talking to. You have to really, really be able to.
And she can say that because she bad.
Right. You got to really be able to read her body language to know if that answer, because that answer could go multiple ways. You can be clown for it. She could take you utterly serious. Or it could just be taken as a cute ass answer.
It could come off as creepy.
Yes. Yeah, that could, man.
She could turn into, what's the chick on How to Get Away with Murder when she ain't hear what she wanted to hear. She got up with her bag and left. What's that meme and shit?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think right now. I know you're talking about though.
Or the LeBron James when he had the purse and the short set on.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, that could go left.
I don't know, man.
That's a woman answer.
I'm not wired to be that disingenuous. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I mean, listen.
I just for lack of, I just feel like it's bullshit.
In a right situation, that could be a cute ass answer.
I don't do cute fucking answers.
I know you don't. I mean,
it just fucking annoys me.
Listen, sometimes corny is a good strategy, bro.
Bro, I'm a corny dude. I'm not going. I was looking for you. Okay, man. Sit the fuck down somewhere.
But it's how you deliver it. It's how you deliver
Whatever,
it.
Whatever. Pour barbecue sauce on poop. It's just better taste than poop.
I'm not tasting that shit at all.
That's how you deliver it.
Deliver poop.
I go behind the back and give you the poop.
I fucking hate you.
Silver tray give you the poop.
Fucking hate your ass.
You know what? I can see on that silver tray. I think I'll have some of that.
All right. Moving right along with his damn barbecue poop. His damn barbecue poop.
Hey, Mesquite.
Oh, okay. All right, that's actually not that terrible. Well, you can use that. Okay, you know what? That was actually pretty good. I thought she was gonna give some BS. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like over here like. So the really funny beta one you could do is like, I'm just looking for a white picket fence, 2 kids, a nice car, beautiful home. I'm looking for a wife. Are you ready to get married? And you say it with a smile on your face, right? So she knows you're just kidding around. Or you could say, well, I'm a professional womanizer. I'm looking to fornicate with you. Are you down? And you say that with a smirk on your face as well. Don't be like that.
Is this what's real in them streets?
Again, you about to be shocked and appalled, but I actually sort of agree with him. Remember, I'm the same dude that said I'm just looking for ass. So it's essentially he said.
I got a problem with this whole segment. Because first of all,
it's the same thing I'm saying, but he does it a lot more pretty.
You in the club with a chick. I know some corny dudes. I know some.
No, not the first part.
Let me finish.
I don't agree.
I know some square dudes. I don't know, even if they not up on game, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. No one's gonna be spouting that house and picket fence bullshit.
No. I agree with that. I'm not talking about that.
That's just fucking dumb.
I'm not talking about that.
Not you, him. Okay. Not you, him.
Okay, all right. I don't agree with that.
My little penny with you know what I'm saying? Come on. You couldn't think of no alternative answer but that. Come on.
Yeah, I agree. The white picket fence part is corny as shit.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
That's corny. Like that's kind of beyond corny.
The professional porn star shit, I've heard that shit used. Not me. I would never use that.
The second part.
James has used that. It worked in the club. I was amazed. Congratulations. I'm not built like that. But that first part, come on, fam.
Shit, that first part was
really, fam. This is the clip that won the fucking podcast. Okay, I just work here. I can see why you don't watch this show all the time. Continue. That was fucking stupid.
Serious, like, I'm trying to fornicate with you. That would be weird and strange.
I'll never do that.
And the police might get called. Okay. Number 3. What do you think about Trump and/or politics? Obviously, the election is right around the corner. Girls you meet might want to actually know your political affiliation. There's 3 ways to handle this. Either A, I don't negotiate with terrorists. B, I don't answer questions without my lawyer present. Or C, that's classified information, I'm sorry. So you always dodge that question, guys, no matter what. Do not answer that, okay? Because here's the thing. No matter what you say, never talk about politics. I made a video about this. Things you should never say on a date, and political affiliations was definitely one of them. Cards up top somewhere or on the side, I don't know. But the point is, do not talk about politics on a date.
I have a problem with that one.
Yeah, I actually agree.
I have a problem with that one.
I actually agree.
I can agree with him. How about that?
I actually agree.
I would probably say that political conversations get heated. I want to keep the vibe between us cool where it is right now, and move on from there. So, for once, I agree with Little Penny, but them last 2 or 3 things is nah, man. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, I actually agree.
You're attempting to give sound advice, but your comparisons it don't make sense. That's just me.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna continue, but yeah, I agree. I think politics should not be discussed, especially when they're very beginning of a relationship,
right?
Or beginning of dating. Sorry.
Number 3. Or no, wait. It's number 2. Number 2. Now, if you're a smooth operator like me, you get this all the time. Do you do this with all your girls? When she says that, guys, you're just going to basically say one of 2 things. Either you're going to go, far on one side that you're a loser or far on one side that you're a player, extreme player. You can either say, no, I'm actually a virgin, this is my first time. I read it in a book somewhere, how to do this. Or you could say, actually, you're girl 1,252, something like that, right? So you're basically gonna either agree and amplify or you're gonna downplay it and make it look, well, you're gonna agree and amplify one of the two spectrums, okay? That's how you handle that when she says, do you do this with all your girls?
How you feel about that one?
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever had a woman actually say that to me. Do you do that now?
I've heard them say, I don't want you doing this with any other girls.
Yes. Yes.
I've definitely heard that shit.
Absolutely. Yes.
Like
yes.
I've definitely heard I want exclusive rights to whatever it is we're doing in that moment.
Yeah, right. Yes.
It's a family show. We won't go into that. But I've never heard, do you do this with all the girls?
Do you do? Well, yeah, and I'm assuming he's talking strictly about just game and verbal conversation. But no, I don't think I've ever had a woman say that to me. I mean, then again, you know, for years and years, I always took advantage of the fact that I was corny. So, yeah, I mean, and most of the time, most women don't look at corny as something you do to every single girl. Because, to be honest, not every woman likes corny. So,
nope.
Yeah, I got nothing on that one other than that. But I guess it works. Moving on.
Number 1, is that your pickup line? Dude, every time, approach a girl, is that your pickup line? Blah, blah, blah. And it's got to a point that you guys can steal this, I know you're gonna steal it anyway. Yes, it is my pickup line. I've tried it 3,721 times, to include my grandma earlier this morning, but that was kind of awkward, so I figured I'd try it on you. Done. And you say it with a straight face on your face, and she'd be like, what? And the thing is, guys, is that it's not necessarily how you respond, it's that you're able to respond in an outcome-independent manner in a quick fashion. Like, you're gonna get to a point where when you talk to enough girls, like, these responses that you give are gonna be automatic because a lot of girls are gonna ask the same thing. And when she's asking you, when she's telling you these types of things, these congruency tests, it's a good sign. It means that she actually sees you as a possible viable partner. So she needs to test you and see, are you the real deal? That's all the congruency test is. Are you who you purport yourself to be right now in front of me? I'm going to ask you these questions, see if I can move you off center, and if I can, then you aren't who you say you are, attraction gets lost, and then I'm gonna go and talk to the next guy. You need to pass the tests and not show emotion, outcome independency, and yeah, just give a funny response, man. You're gonna get to a point, guys, where it's like automatic, and you know, you're just gonna do what you're gonna do.
So, real quick, why was the girl in the video?
I have no idea.
Because they clearly edited her out. Because she didn't, unless there's a longer version.
Something to look at besides him, I guess.
Yeah, but she wasn't even in it that much. They edited her out. So, I just wanted to point that out. For the last one, again, I think that's an individualized thing. I don't really use pickup lines, so I don't very
That's
seldom.
gonna be my thing for the rest of the season, man. It's just doing the Elvin from the Cosby Show. I don't want to touch it like, or the Marty Mart when Tommy came at him. I'm like, it's just a whole lot of song and dance, and I guess in his era, at his age bracket, you got to do that. It sucks, but you know, it's what. I mean,
it's about game. You know what I mean? It's about game, and if you're going to play the game, you have to understand the tactics and rules of engagement. That's how I feel about it.
Fucking stupid.
And and honestly, you know, from day one of the show, we preached don't engage in the game to begin with. If the outcome is not going to be what you think it's going to be, and you feel like your time is being wasted, don't engage. That's something we've always preached to begin with. So, and I guess because a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're older and we've been experienced more things, stuff like that. So, I don't have any issue per se. I think he should have really went more into what shit testing is, because he only really went into it in the realm of dating.
Yeah, that's not what I was expecting.
And
because what I've been through encompasses several different scenarios.
And not only that, but as men, unless you have a wife or a girlfriend that's completely submissive and understand you as a man and understand your role and her role, shit testing always goes on. Yep. It doesn't. It's not something that just it's going to stop once she determines if she likes you or not or anything like that. I think
it's going to get worse.
Yeah. You know, I think it's something that we as men have to really understand, and that, you know, if we pick the wrong woman, shit testing is going to happen until she finally gets in her head like, hey, I'm not going to get anybody better than who I got. But as long as women have as long as the woman you're dealing with have a hypergamous mindset, then they're always going to shit test you, because they're always going to they always want to prove themselves that you are worth it to them, and that if you are not, they can get somebody else. And I think that has a lot to do with shit testing in general. Is that shit testing goes along with a woman's hypergamous nature to always look for the best, to look for the best. Again, I'm not saying all ladies are like this.
And you can live with it. You can live like that. It's not
right.
We're not the you're right or you're wrong thing. We're just, if this, you're going to continue to push this agenda where you're forcing a lot of men in a position of servitude. We're going to continue to inform them on how to avoid said situations of servitude. I wish I had a podcast like this or old heads like this warning me of some of the bullshit that I've been through. And I really do.
And I'm going to say this. I'm going to put it to you like this. I'm not 100% against hypergamy. My whole thing is that when it comes to that is you have to understand that you have certain expectations and agendas, so does men. And
but his don't count.
Right.
That's the problem. His don't count.
And understand that, you know, if you're going to seek the best option available to you, men are going to do the same.
It don't count.
You can't tell us not to do the same.
Yes, they can. They can. And they will.
Man, listen.
You don't get a choice.
You know, so...
Because she's the prize. She's the table. Mm-hmm.
And
what you want and what you value most of the time in these conversations that are one-sided doesn't mean anything.
And fellas, the one thing I want you to the last thing I want to leave you with is to understand is one thing he said in the very beginning is very important overall, is that we have to have women earn the things that they want.
Invest.
You know what I mean? Invest. And you know, the reality is that, you know, a lot of women walk around with a sense of entitlement. You know, and that's just the reality of the situation. And we as men can't capitulate to that. We have to understand that there's certain things that they expect and there's certain things that we expect. And it has to be something that you guys meet in the middle if you want something to work.
Compromise.
Yeah, it can't just be, and even still to some degree, even with that compromise, you know, you still, as men, we still have to lead. We still have to be able to say, this is how I'm going to run things in our household to make things work. You know, or if it's a true partnership, then you generally 100% trust the woman that you're dealing with. That she is all about the partnership, and that hypergamous nature of hers has been locked away, buried, put in the concrete like John Wick.
And a partnership does not make y'all roommates.
Yeah.
It makes you partners.
Partners.
Like all the famous people that y'all stay on the tops with. You know, Swizz and Alicia Keys. Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're partners. Yeah.
Yeah. So
she has her bread, he has his bread. But they invest together to build together for their legacy. Yeah. Fancy that.
And I guarantee you,
that shit.
I guarantee you she didn't shit test Jay-Z. I guarantee you she didn't shit test Jay-Z.
You can if you want.
Right.
You can call him Joe Count if you want to. He's extremely handsome at the bank.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm not going to say pause or no other stupid ass shit like that. The man's handsome at the bank. It is what it is.
All right. With that being said, we're going to end things here. We're done. We out. See you in the next one.
Later.